Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the World Messianic Church of America Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer, please stand. Takahara ni kanzumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Sumemi oya kamu izanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no himuka no tachihana no. Oto no ahagi harani. Misogi harai tamo toki ni narimaseru harai dono kami tachi moro moro no magagoto tsumi kegare o harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomo ni ame no fuchi koma no mimi furi tatete kikoshi meseto kashikomi mo maosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Kon nagara tamachi haemase. Kon nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant and divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
Obrigado, Meishu-sama, bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to the teachings of Meishu-sama, truth, virtue, and beauty. Only deeds of love can bring forth a world completely filled with truth, virtue, and beauty. Paradise on earth will be a world of beauty, a place where the inner hearts of all its inhabitants are just as beautiful. One whose thoughts, words, and deeds are always pure, always beautiful, and can surely be considered one who lives in paradise. God's purpose is to create an ideal world where truth, virtue, and beauty reign. Needless to say, the dark forces foster falsehood, vice, and ugliness. Beauty is necessary to the soul, as it brings joy and a sense of wholeness, not only to yourself, but to all who come in contact with it. It can be called a kind of virtue. The higher a civilization is, the more conscious it should be of the value of and need for beauty. It is essential that everyone cultivate a greater sense of aesthetic values. By so doing, not only individuals but nations as a whole will benefit. Making beauty in its expressions in the various phases of life one of a person's main goals is a contribution of immeasurable value towards the betterment of society, which will certainly serve as a means of furthering the realization of paradise on earth. Beautiful environments make for beautiful thoughts, helping to place a person's mind on a higher plane. This in turn reduces crime and other negative actions in society. It must be realized that any teaching that aims at high ideals should maintain an awareness of beauty.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service. And thank you for your continuous prayers towards world peace, the victims of wars, of natural disasters, as well as man made disasters and accidents. This morning, the faith experience I want to share with you is from Joana Maria Rodrigues. She's from Mato Grosso do Sul, Brazil. Joana is 64 years old and joined our faith in December of 1994. She dedicated herself on Saturdays to the channeling of Johrei and to liturgical activities. 1996, she began to suffer from allergic rhinitis and sinusitis due to excessive dust in her work environment. She had daily crises with headaches, loss of voice, nausea, itching, and redness all over her body. She took many medications which were constantly replaced with stronger ones. Expenses with medical treatments came to compromise nearly 70% of her monthly income. May of 1997, no longer able to endure the situation, she sought guidance from her minister, who advised her to intensify the practice of Johrei. Thus, after work, she began receiving 1 hour of Johrei daily. Her supervisor at work, noticing her suffering, allowed her to leave work before the end of the workday, which made it possible to further intensify the practice of Johrei, receiving an average of 2.5 hours per day. Within 2 months, the headaches, redness, and other symptoms diminished. She felt well and stopped taking any medication. From then on, every day after work, she dedicated herself at the church until the activities ended. She was invited to dedicate herself to Sangetsu and began the Ikebana course, which brought her great joy. In 2015, she participated in a Sangetsu training course and dreamed of becoming an Ikebana teacher, which was fulfilled in 2017. Currently, Joanna no longer presents any symptoms of rhinitis or sinusitis. She dedicates herself as an instructor in the religious education sector, is a member of the choir, teaches ikebana classes, and prepares small flower arrangements so that as many people as possible may come into contact with the divine light. Joanna expresses her deep gratitude to God and Meishu-sama, as well as her ancestors, for having come to know the sacred Johrei in our practices of faith. Thank you very much for attending this morning service and listening to this beautiful faith experience. Wish you all a wonderful day.
And this brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you everyone for joining us and have a blessed day.